I'm on a date tonight, so I'll have to just looking good at I'll just do it in front of her, shouldn't I?
He's kept going! He scored! Oh, Stockport pressure. And the header into the back of the net! And a superb goal! Johnny did it! Lisa! Rose tries to get the ball in.
It's a 5-star performance from Stockport County.
All right, we've got a small house, but we've got a big bloody heart, I tell you.
Hello and welcome to SK3 TV and specifically our weekly county YouTube live show and podcast giving you the first word on the weekend's action. Before we start though, quick moment of silence for England's Euros hopes. And into the show. Good. There we go. Back to normal. That's a proper football with me, Nick, and it's Hannah. Hello.
Hi. Happy Monday. It's Monday, isn't it? My out of
just
office
about
is
for another 4
on.
hours.
I am semi-packed.
Semi-packed.
Ready for...
got all the important stuff in there. What's your packing process? Do you get all the important stuff first, or do you have like big stuff? How does it go? These are the questions everyone's asking.
Right. Well, because Ryanair and because I'm cheap, although this was a massive false economy because I have spent so much more on Ryanair friendly suitcases and hand luggage than I would have done on actually paying for us to take a suitcase. So I have got a wheelie thing that is exactly the size of the Ryanair like priority thing. Charlotte and I have got rucksacks each, which are exactly the size of the small hand luggage thing. In those, we've got the matching compression bags that are exactly the size of the compartments. So you could like for maximum. And then I've got neck pillows that are stuffable. So yeah.
I'm getting strong drug mule vibes.
Doesn't want to mess with me. Yeah. So basically, I mean, also if anyone finds it, like literally all my kind of underwear and swimming costumes are in the neck pillow, which would be less than convenient. I also got them from Temu. So I'm a little bit concerned that the zip might not be particularly strong. And, you know, there could be a lacy explosion over the Atlantic, but by then I've got on the plane and haven't had to pay for extra luggage, hopefully. So there's that. Yeah, so I'm mostly packed ish, but it's a little bit heavy. I think it's supposed to be 10 kilograms and it's more than that. So yeah, but it's been really fun. Like, no, I mean, it's not fun, is it? But like all the posts, like having my beer at the airport, and then I've arrived at the hotel. And
I disagree. I think there's nothing more boring in life than people who post pictures of their airport pints. Like, yes, we get it. You're going on holiday and I'm not. Meh.
Yeah, well, that's it. But also, I'm kind of over it. And the Liam Root sticker in the hotel lift. Yeah. My first response is like, shall I take some WD-40?
Please, just take some matches and burn the place down.
So yeah, that's how my Monday's gone. My out of office is on. It's all good. Just packed my jewelry because some of it was down here. When you and Harry are talking about England later, I might paint my toenails. It's all about the multitasking today.
That's good. Well, I've made a life improving purchase. But first, cheers to everyone who's tuning in. We've got Matthew Brady from Pinatar. You'll be seeing him.
How exciting!
Maybe he'll come up and say, "Are you Hannah from SK3 TV?" That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
People don't, do they? They just start talking to me like I know them. Like, please say hello and say, "Hi, I'm Matthew." Like, just generally, that would make me happy.
I forget the names though. There's so many people that you just forget the names, and I feel really bad. I feel
Or
really bad forgetting
say,
people's names.
I've heard like someone on the Chafee tour said, "Oh, I've seen you on the telly." Yeah, but what they meant was that they watch things like this on YouTube on their telly. So yeah, that was fun. But
Someone at EP once described me as a YouTuber to his son.
Oh,
And that no, you said ooh like it was good. That was horrible. That was
well, no,
horrible.
but it was good to them. It like content creators, the worst one.
Maybe I should bring out energy drink.
But genuinely, I forget that this isn't just you and me talking, and that other people are listening, like beyond the, however many people that comment in the chat. So it's always a little bit of a shock to me that when people say hi. So just, I love it when people say hello and I get to meet new people, but just say, oh, like.
Well, we've got some big names in the chat there, though. We've got Matt Bryan, we've got Ian Dowden, we've got Phil Lloyd, we've got John Billsbury from Soggy Mid Wales. So we've got the two extremes there. We've got sunny Pinnertown, we've got Soggy Mid Wales.
Okay.
So that's literally everywhere on the planet covered. We've got someone everywhere it's possible to be.
Marple's pretty soggy as well.
So Cheadle. But I had to run in and bring my washing in. But I had to go out and do a bit of shopping earlier. I had to go and get a new a plug for my. This is the most boring chat I've ever done, I think. I had to go and get a new plug for my toothbrush charger.
Right.
Two pin thing. Went into the little bargain shop near me. It was £1.99, and they had a sign on the door saying if you want to pay by card, it's got to be a minimum of £4. I was like, oh, I'll have two of them then. That still came to £3.98. So I was like, well, I'm 2p short here. And then I looked on the shelf behind me, saw this thing. Now you might not know about this. It might revolutionise your life. I've got a water bottle. I'm a water bottle person now. I know not many people know about these things, but yeah, you basically you use it to put your water in, and then you drink.
Do you realise
that
that better than that, you've got a Love Island water bottle from a few seasons ago?
Well, I was going to ask you about this because it's got a slogan printed on it, and the slogan is, hang on, can you see that? Beauty expert. I've been described as many things in my life. Beauty expert is not one of them.
Oh, no, but if you want me to do like on my Cricut, I can make you like a knit graphic in the nice like flowy font that they do, and then you'll be like there.
Yeah, I could be like a Love Islander. Yeah, I'll probably have to shave my chest to like go for the. I was telling my girlfriend about this water bottle earlier. And I was just raving about it, about how much water I'm drinking now that I've got a bottle there. She's like, you're meant to drink water. This is what you're meant to do. I was like, I'm doing a lot of weeing. She's like, are you being serious right now? I was like, yes, I am being serious. I'm doing a lot of weeing, and it's just snowballed. It's just snowballed from there. So I don't know what I've got my. In fact, while you're doing your nails, I might use my tea tree wipes.
Yes, great shout. You'll be vegan next week.
Steady on.
Maybe the week after. First it'll be water. Next you'll be on vitamins. You'll be like,
get on board with a vitamin.
Yeah.
I already like make a noise when I sit up. When I get up off a chair or out of bed, I make like I go like, oh. And she'll say to me, she'll be like, what's the matter? I'm like, nothing. I'm fine.
Glucosamine. That's what you need. That's for joints and.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with my joints. I think it's just a mental thing. I think it's psychological. It's like, oh, I've got to get up. Oh, I've got to stand up now and use my legs. I think that's it really. It's a good job I'm not going to spend any time in the sun this week because I don't do well in hot weather.
It's really hot as well. It's like early 30s. And I am not great in extreme heat with no shade. I'm not a fan, but I have got my Champions bucket hat, and I've got Charlotte and I've got little fans, and it's going to be fine. There's absolutely no issue with watching football in the direct sun at 11 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
Well, talking of watching football in extreme weather, you were at Oldham on Saturday, so we will get onto that. What a transition that is. We will get onto that right after this. So I don't do pre-season as a rule, because it's just 10 minutes into it, you have people making snap judgments and either writing off. I've seen so many players be great in pre-season and then we've never seen them again. So
Yeah.
I've learned now. I'm just not doing it.
So I had forgotten, like in all my excitement about football being back on, I had forgotten how frustrating I find pre-season, because I like to win, and it's not about winning. It's about taking part, and it's about, you know, trying new formations, trying players out, building up match fitness, building, you know, game time. It's not about winning. That said, losing to Oldham was not something particularly that I kind of fancied doing on a Saturday. And I have now revised my decision to go to Barrow a week on Tuesday.
I mean, it blows my mind that you planned to go to. At no point in my life have I planned to go to Barrow again.
100% planned to go. I'd sorted out like where the girls were going to go. Yeah, I was definitely going, but no, I don't think I am. And I will blame.
This is what they've done to you already. The season's not even started, and you're boycotting already. It's just.
Yeah. It's just. I think as we get closer, I think Derby will be a shot to the system, but then also the temperature, like was the same when we played Lincoln last season. Again, it's not representative. Players are playing for half. They're having a water break in there as well. It's ridiculously hot. No one's comfortable. No one's used to it. And so I think Derby will be interesting. Then we've got Barrow. Who Barrow just signed? Oh, Theo Vassell from Salford. Yes. But they had a bit of an exodus at the end of the season, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But they, yes, there's Barrow, and then we're into like Blackburn, Stoke.
See, that's the ones I'm more interested in. As we're getting closer to the season starting, that's the ones where you can properly look and think, right, this is how we're going to be setting up. This is the team we'll probably be looking at. This is where players are going to play. But until then, it's just, I mean, we're packed full of trialists at the moment.
I know, and do you know what? My dad was going to go to Barrow, and after Saturday, and then I tried to get him to come to Pinatar because someone was selling flights, like as a bargain. If anyone fancies it, there's flights going for 200 quid instead of 400 and something, going on Wednesday, coming back on Sunday. DM me, I'll put you in touch. So I was trying to say my dad to come, and my dad was like, no, pre-season doesn't suit me, like, and because he likes to be able to track the players, and the fact that he didn't kind of know the trialists and know kind of where they were supposed to be in their, you know, particular skill set was a challenge for him, and especially in the second half, I just kind of, and the bloke next to me was, I don't know him. But he was showing me all his holiday pictures. Like, you know, you do the kind of like the polite nodding thing, and then more would come. So I didn't really concentrate much on the second half. I think Lewis Bate was very good again. The Jack Diamond was almost like he'd grown massively in confidence since last week, or kind of knew what his role was. And I think he will be very good. Courier Dye obviously conceded that, and I hated Mark Kitchen. By the time he left, I just wanted him gone. Every time he was on the starting lineup, I was one of those that was like, what's fucking doing? You know, obviously he's got nudes of someone. Like, it felt like that just before Mark Kitchen went. and it was obviously a set play, and you see these goals, don't you, that come from absolute nowhere in the first minute, and that was one of those, I think. So I don't think it's necessarily representative, but you have to be ready for them. And my brother teaches in Chadderton in Oldham, and I'd gone and done a careers session there on Wednesday, and a lot of it was talking about like some of the football stuff that I do and how I've got into that by virtue of marketing. So I'd already outed myself as an away fan, and we joked, we're like, oh, we're gonna get like kids banter, and we actually did, like walking Sarah, like, so that was fun. And on the way out, but they said to him that they thought that they dominated, and I don't think that was the case. I think there were times, but it was, there was lots of kind of play around midfield and some nice runs forward. It's just pre-season, and you can't make any judgments whatsoever, and nor can you about Friday's game, because the environment and the situation is so different.
Yeah. We've had a few comments coming in. Matt Bryan said he started taking a multivitamin a few weeks back.
Good
Must
for
be
you.
bloody big.
Well, in America,
He's still
they have
taking it.
really good vitamins. My vitamins are at like an American import.
Excellent.
So, yeah, highly recommend going to America for vitamins.
Dan Moll asked who were the trial against Oldham. Jordan Keane did not make the cut because he signed for Colchester. Southport, who were getting
that would have been
where did Colchester come from then?
No.
What's going on? See, I need pre-season. I do. It turns out I do need pre-season so I can remember the teams again.
Yeah.
He's joined Southport where they're getting the band back together.
Yeah. There was Jordan Rossiter, just to confuse us. Jordan Rossiter changed his surname from A last week to B this week, just to
Don't like that.
mess with our heads. I wasn't a fan of that. I like consistency. So Jordan Rossiter in the first half with, we think it was Ben Williams, who was at Cheltenham.
Former Cheltenham left wing back.
And then in the second half, I don't even know if I looked at the WhatsApp group, and there were no one that I recognised. There was a lad up front who was all right.
That was Max Thompson, formerly of Burnley. He played both games, I think.
That was the Chester one.
I think he played again this week, didn't he?
Oh, did he? In that case, it might have been.
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been him then.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. They shouldn't assign letters to the names. They should give them all like fake names. It should be like Gary Football and like just football related names rather than giving them like A, B, C. Man, not for me. Not for me at all.
It was, but I've just kind of got a bit bored. And the food. So
now this is what we're going to be seeing from you as the season goes on. We want food. We'll do a definitive league table of the food at all the away grounds, I think.
I'm literally going to get receipts now from every ground and like submit them as evidence, because she said to me, do you want a receipt? And normally I'm like, no, I'm all right, thanks. And I was like, yes, please. I want proof that this happened. So I've been told by Oldham fans how good the food was at Oldham. I think it was another of these situations where it's in the home end that it's good versus the away end. So we got there fairly late because Alex's intel from his kids, well, it was a bit further away than they'd suggested, but that's fine. We didn't have to pay. And the queue was like ridiculous, like back to the thing. So we went to Lou, and I said to Charlotte, look, we'll go later. Charlotte's getting really quite grumpy by this point because I have promised her like really, really good food. My dad hadn't had lunch because, again, I promised him really good football food. And then we sat down like slap bang in the middle of a row, so didn't want to like push past people to get out again. So we went just before half time. Again, ridiculous queue. Saw loads of people who like, you came to Spain. Like, it was a nice little chat and a meet up, isn't it? And then I ordered 2 Pepsis, 2 Sprites, 4 packet of crisps, because they only had crisps left and fruit pastels. So 4 packets of crisps, 4 bottles of pop, for want of a better word, and a packet of fruit pastels, and a roll of fruit pastels, not a bag. 22 English pounds.
That's madness. 22 English pounds quid. That's a disgrace.
Yeah. So the crisps were £2. Charlotte's fruit pastels were £2, and the drinks were £3. Which I think I've only paid £3 at Northampton a couple of seasons ago. I remember being similarly appalled then.
£3 for fizzy pop. That's why I drink water. You see, that's why
I know. Well,
water.
yeah. Let that be a lesson to us all, because you can take water bottles into county, can't you?
You can. I'm going to be taking mine everywhere. Mine's going to be like surgically attached to me, I think.
Yeah.
I might get my ears pierced so I can have like a hoop earring with like the bottle hanging down from it.
Do you know what you should get? One of those hats that for the beers, and you could put your water bottles like either side. You'd be like the king of hydration.
That could be a new nickname. I could be the king of hydration. Yeah, that's fine. That's going in the episode title. Excellent. Right, let's move on from you getting absolutely stiffed for some food that's, let's face it, not even going to fill you up, especially when you're expecting like proper football food as well.
I know. I felt so
genuinely
sorry
upsetting
for her, because she played football in the morning as well, so she'd like
she's like
a
worked up an
decent amount of
appetite.
energy. Yeah, they lost 16-0. Can you imagine losing 16-0 and then your mum doesn't get you any food other than a packet of crisps for your lunch and a roll of fruit pastels? Shit, isn't it?
It's
But
like
she is having the next 4 days off school to go to Spain, so
the first five-a-side team I set up when I was like 17, 18. Did I tell this story on here the other week, or did I tell someone else about it?
I don't think
Anyway,
so.
I'm telling it again. So yeah, when I was like 17, I set up a five-a-side team at Power League, and like when we had our first game and stuff, so many people wanted to play that I didn't have the assertiveness to say no to them. So in the end, we had about 22 people turn up. And it was like rolling subs, so people were getting to play for like 90 seconds and then going off very angry.
That sounds
And
quite
we lost
fun,
37-1. We lost.
My fitness levels would probably be up to 90 seconds. I reckon I could do that. I think
that's the most I'd manage now. Yeah. The last time I played five-a-side, I went in for a nothing tackle with Sam Byrne, and my knee just gave way beneath me. And I think he thought I was like doing the Italian thing of like diving when there was no one near me, but I was genuinely in agony. Really bad. My knees can't. I think my knees are just made of Pringles. Right, we have got a guest tonight, a non-county fan guest who is a League One expert. Why don't you tell us all about him, Hannah, before we get him out?
He's my Harry. So Harry and I do the League One look together. He's a filthy Mansfield fan, but I love him despite of that. He is a nice Mansfield fan, but he's also the most pessimistic Mansfield fan you could ever hope to meet in your wildest dreams, in that at the end of last season, I was saying, we're going to bottle it. And he'd be like, no, you're going to be champions. I'd be like, no, you're going to be champions. And that was basically our text conversations back and forth from that Mansfield Colchester game, actually, because I did that horrible dickhead thing where I sent him a message afterwards saying, you okay, hun? And I shouldn't have done it. It was horrible. And I really thought afterwards, like, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered by MK Dons. But I think that he has forgiven me, and he is doing a brilliant job. So it's mainly Harry who does the League One Look Twitter. He's making friends with everyone because he is so nice that whenever he upsets someone, we've never really meant to do it. It's like the complete opposite of Lower League Look in that respect. He's also not my son, despite having the same surname and the same initials. We've realized that we can't, like, on tweets put like H, we can't put HB, we can't even put HJB, because we both have exactly the same initials. So you never know who you're getting on the League One Look Twitter at the moment, but it will be one of us.
Excellent. Right, well, we'll play the transition, and then we will get him out, and we'll chat about England. We will chat transfer windows. We will chat about all things League One and give people an idea what to expect. But also, don't forget to like the video, rate, review, subscribe. I did say I was going to get you to say that, didn't I? But tell them to do all the
Yeah.
admin stuff. Tell 'em.
That like, rate. Did you say rate?
I think that's what you do on the podcast players. I think.
Oh, you
that
do on Spotify and Apple. You can rate the podcast. You have to actually listen to it. That it doesn't work if you don't. But yeah, like and subscribe. Follow us on the Twitter X at SK3 TV Pod. Yeah,
that's good. That.
Like and subscribe.
I think you're a lot more likable. I think that's the thing. I think people are more willing to listen to it.
Is that the only reason that I got the police out?
Yeah. We'll leave that. We won't even go into that. We'll just let that. We'll have that without context and just let people's imaginations run absolutely wild. And maybe we'll come back to it next week and we can see some of the best guesses for what people think's going on. Right, let's get Harry out. Here he is.
I'm here.
And he hasn't even got big lights on.
No, not yet. I'm not. You know what? Until that'll start flickering, and I just can't bother with it. So I'm just gonna chill. You know.
Every week after we do a podcast, I'm like, Harry, send me your address, and I'll buy you a proper light because it drives me insane. But he prefers living in the shadows.
I do. You know, especially say I'm living in the dark. You know.
Yeah.
When Nick said
best way to be.
Moment silence for England. I'm just absolutely gutted.
Oh yeah. See, I'm like, so I'm very much. I've been saying this to people for months. It's like I just want us to be in it long enough for pre-season to start, and then as soon as pre-season started, I'm like, I think within about 3 seconds of the final whistle going last night, I had Netflix on watching Friends. I was like, oh, this'll pick me up. I was very much. I don't know. I think I've done all the England anguish since like Euro '96. I think I've just done it all since then, and now I'm just like, I'm just resigned to us not winning anything. So then when we inevitably do, I'll just be taken by surprise, and then I probably won't be bothered about that either.
So 4 years ago, I slipped. So that's always been mine. I vividly remember my dad's German colleague laughing at me crying when we were ejected from Italia 90. I don't remember anything real, like just that and him laughing at me. And so then since then I've not necessarily had any expectations. And even 4 years ago, I didn't have any expectations, and I kind of let myself, like, by the final, I'd made cupcakes that said "Come on, England" on it. I was well into it. And I just remember, like, when it went about half after the second half of extra time, that I just went in the kitchen and started tidying up, and I couldn't watch the penalties. And so this time I didn't ever let myself go there. There was no expectation whatsoever.
And I'm just the exact opposite. Like, I am actually a club over country, but like when it's England or Mansfield, I'm so passionate. I love it all. You know, belting out national anthem 5 minutes before kick off, everything. I love it. And you know, I'm just gutted, absolutely gutted. Normally, I'm dead energetic. I'm normally lively. I'm just so dejected.
Did you bet on it, Harry?
No.
That's where you went wrong.
I had one bet, and you'll take a guess. England to win by a certain scoreline. Just guess.
Was it 2-1?
4-1. 4-1.
That's madness.
Oh,
you deserve to lose your money.
So Harry's got a 4-1 tattoo. But he doesn't really know. It was a holiday tattoo, and he doesn't really know why he's got.
Oh no!
I was going to say it's a reason.
We beat Notts County 4-1. So
away, so it should be 1-4.
Yeah, but our friendship group chat name's 4-1, so it's just 4-1. Just
Yeah.
And then they've got DKD40, but I can't have a bet on him to score for England. You know, I think he's way off being called up.
I don't know. Judging by Harry Kane's performances in the tournament, I think he might have just jumped up the pecking order.
To be honest, I think Pete, who were in pub in Mansfield, could have got into the striker position all tournament. To be honest, but you know,
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yes. I'm very much just. I think if we'd gone out like in the second round, I'd have been genuinely gutted because it's like, well, I've got like 2 weeks to kill before pre-season starts. But now it's all. It kind of works the other way as well though, because when we lost in the playoffs under Simon Rusk, when there was only like, Steve Rusk, when there was only like a few fans allowed in, I couldn't get a ticket, and then that was the day the Euro started. So we lost at home to Hartlepool, and then within 20 seconds, I had ITV on for the England game. And so it works both ways sometimes. So I think I can just compartmentalize it and just switch off.
yeah.
I think I watched more, or maybe enjoyed more of the not games that England weren't playing in, because there was that level of discomfort with the, like, I guess with it being England, but also they never really looked cohesive and like there was a tactical plan. So I've got a TV. So this is the office. I've got a TV here. So like the earlier games and even the 5 o'clock games to just have on in the background. We've got the Olympics.
See, that's what I'm holding on for. That's
Yes.
magnificent. But and there's no stupid time difference, because with the Olympics, I always find myself like, I'll start slow and like watch like the big events and that, and then before you know it, I'm like watching women's curling at like 4 in the morning, or taekwondo or something. But now it's like, now with it being in Paris, it's like the time difference is suitable. Just a shame BBC don't have all the rights anymore. That's a shame.
Yeah. Some of the surfing's in French Polynesia though, so there's got to be unless they're doing it in the night, that's going to be a funny time difference.
Stick it on.
So
the
that means
dodgy
there'll
box.
always be something else. That's it. Get the dodgy box on. Jobs are good, and it's sorted. Yeah. Yes. I'm looking forward to a bit of a. How do you feel about the fact there's no Great Britain football team though? I'd love a bit. That was great in 2012. That was.
It was great, but you know, I think I'm fed up of seeing sideways passing back to the keeper.
Yeah, completely fair. Yeah.
But think of how embarrassing it is if we go and win the Olympics with our Olympics team playing nice attacking football, and we've just watched, well, whatever that was. You know, yeah. And then they'd be calling for whoever the manager was to get the England job instead. And so, Harry, in obviously you've made it clear you're disappointed. Do you think are you going for a managerial change when it comes to England then? Absolutely, hands down.
Who are you going for?
As of right now, and people always go against me for this, but he had one bad spell at a club, Chelsea. Graham Potter, hands down. You know, he had one bad spell, and people know it don't work at certain clubs with players, with managers, with even director of footballs. It doesn't work at certain clubs, and it didn't work at Chelsea because there was that expectation, that big fan expectation, so early into his managerial career. I think he's learned from that, so he's going to have this expectation again at England, but he'll be able to hold it a bit better. And you know, he's not getting rinsed week in, week out by his fans, so he's going to have that time to chill, scout the game, scout the players, and his football's good. His football is really good. Look at what he did for Brighton. He got him into Europe for the first time ever. You know, people have now forgotten that because he had one bad spell at a club.
Yeah, I'm adamant that's the direction they're going to go in. I'm pretty certain. No inside knowledge or anything. I'm just certain that's the way they'll go. Do you reckon because there's been a few jobs that he's been linked with. He's been like hot favourite for a few jobs over the past like 6 months to a year. Do you reckon he was like, when we equalised last night, as we went through the tournament, do you reckon he was like, oh, for fuck's sake, they might win it, and Southgate? I bet he was like the only Englishman like rooting for us to lose.
He's definitely held off for this job.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Why would you reject Leicester back in the Premier League if you weren't coming back? If you weren't coming, to England. Like, he wants to manage the job. manage the national team. He does. It's obvious, and I think it suit him down to a T. People's also forgetting this Lord and Saviour Southgate, which he's gave me some of the best memories, some of the best summers, including this one. Football might not have been great, but the memories, Bellingham's bicycle kick, Watkins on Wednesday with the last minute goal, he's gave us some great memories. But, ultimately, when it's got to the nitty gritty, his tactics have been inept. And that's the word. Look at Italy in final. We scored, we sit back on our home ground from the second minute. Last night, we scored, got us sent back into the game. We can either take that momentum, but no, we sat back, we dropped another 5-10 yards. Let Spain come on to us. Spain were pressing us, but we were just sat back against them. So it's like, and people's forgetting Southgate got relegated with Middlesbrough. So before they judge Potter, just think Southgate did get sacked in his managerial career.
It's not even like it needs massive changes either. It's just someone to come in and take what's already been done and then take that next step. And I think Potter is the sensible shout, because a lot of the football, his coaching style is probably similar to Southgate's, and it'll just be a matter of being slightly more attacking and kind of being a bit more proactive, especially with the tactical changes during games and stuff.
To be honest, Nick, I think you've nailed it there. Is football's similar, but it's more progressive, it's more quicker, it's faster pace. It'll get us up that pitch quicker. And, Southgate's done the right thing. He's laid the foundations. He's put us in a good position as a nation. I mean, my first memories of being an England fan or supporting England was Lampard's goal against Germany.
God, yeah.
That were meant to be a goal, but we got knocked out in round of 16. First round at knockouts for Euro 2012. And then 2014 getting group stages, 2016 Iceland. Southgate's changed what this country should expect from a team. And he's laid the foundations, and he's done a good job of that. He's brought the country closer to its team than it ever has been before, and he's brought a togetherness in the camp that has probably got us through by having that never say die attitude for each other. So fair play to him, and I love his song. I was belting it out yesterday before the game, not so much after, but
Sorry, which song would that be, Harry?
Southgate, You're the One.
I'm not familiar with it.
I'm not singing it.
If we'd won, maybe. If we'd won, I'd have been singing it as well. Oh, that's Ian Dowden says, forget the England talk. Hannah, what colour nail polish are we going for?
Well, it's at the moment it's between like a desert poppy, which is kind of a nice summer coral, and I've got, what's this one called, burnt sienna, which sounds summery, or jack-o'-lantern, which I'm fairly sure is a Halloween one, but I think
I'm giving colours stupid names. If you can't tell from the name what the colour is, you shouldn't be using it.
Yeah, but you know what? Because my surname's Brown, when I was naming the girls, I was like I quite liked Scarlet, but like Scarlet Brown and Ruby Brown. Ruby was like my great grandmother or something. It sounds like Dulux paint colours. So they were out. Also flower names, so like Daisy, I quite liked. Daisy Brown sounds like a dead Daisy. So.
I've seen
Daisy Brown sounds like a 50s like movie star or something.
Yeah, well, I thought that Ruby Brown sounded like a jazz singer
definitely, yeah.
Well,
Ruby Brown.
I found out like 2 months ago my name's actually a movie name.
It is. Yeah. I was going to reference that when I thought, it's a movie with Michael Caine. Great film.
I've never watched it.
Oh my God, there'll be like a movie poster and everything, Harry. We'll look into this.
I saw an interesting one from, is it Matthew in chat? He said Southgate's like Pochettino. Can never get... Yeah, that. Can't get us over the line. He can't. He genuinely doesn't have... What is it? The fact...
Killer instincts, like that sort of thing. Yeah, that's it.
He's so reactive, it's unbelievable.
It does make me laugh, people suggesting Poch as a replacement as well. No!
No. I saw Tuchel the other day.
Yeah, it's madness. Absolutely. A man who is quite clearly a serial killer. There's no way Tuchel's not a serial killer. He's definitely got like the skin of his victims like hung up in his house. He's horrible. I'm not having him.
With all due respect, Would I want an Argentinian in charge of the England national team after Maradona Gate? No. And Simeone? No.
I don't want an Argentine. I don't want a German. I think
No.
that's fair. I
Yeah.
don't ask for much, unless it's
You know-
Klopp. But then again, Klopp would be terrible at international level because he needs more than 6 weeks a year to like get his system across. So
Oh no, he won't be able
that's
to do
what I
with
mean.
that Wednesday. We've just had a Wednesday to Sunday, so the semi-final on a Wednesday and Sunday. I think he'd absolutely lose his head at that. He'd ask for shorter game times. It'd get to that point.
Yeah. It'd be
Honestly.
going absolutely insane. Can't blame him, to be honest.
No.
But that's quite enough. That's quite enough of England. I think we don't have to talk about England for another 2 years now.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
let's face it, we're not going to be asked when it comes to qualifiers and Nations League and stuff like that.
Oh,
are
I
we?
will be, mate. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
Bring on Ireland.
Someone's got to. I always have them on like in the background, but my attention soon strays
Like I said,
elsewhere.
I love it. I absolutely love it. We're already planning it. We've got Wickham away on 7th September, and then we've got Ireland away. So we were either thinking, what do we do? Dublin trip and miss our club game, or club game, quick pelt over to London and just watch the game in London. So we're going that one.
Well, that's it. You've got like the best of both worlds there as well, because this will move us on nicely to the club chat actually, because both our clubs are pretty bloody good. It's nice, isn't it? I can see why people who support clubs that just aren't doing anything whatsoever. I can see why they're getting like properly bent out of shape and throwing the toys out the pram about England because they've got nothing else. But we're good. We're both doing really well. How are things at Mansfield, Harry?
Well, also there's the hashtag teams like Mansfield.
Yes, teams like Mansfield, you know. We've had Villa fans, Premier League Villa, saying to Birmingham fans going to teams like Mansfield next season, which started a whole trend of the hashtag teams like Mansfield. So now we're back. We are back. You know, we're going to be that little old team that's just going to rattle folks and shit ass a 1-0 win against them. And I cannot wait.
Are you most looking forward to rattling in League One this season? I mean, if the answer's not Birmingham, I don't want to know.
It's not Birmingham. It's them lot from last season. Wrexham.
Who everyone seems to have forgotten as well. It's
Right.
weird,
So
like...
we had this conversation on the podcast last week. Everything had gone really quiet. We had forgotten, in the words of Taylor Swift, that they existed. And it was really nice. All was happy and peaceful in the League One luck world. And then Wrexham signed Lewis Brunt, who Mansfield had on loan last season. And Harry was a little bit in love with Lewis Brunt.
Honestly, I've changed my Twitter bio to never fall in love with a lone player. Just because
I saw that and I was going to ask you, yeah.
So they've made this massive thing out of how they couldn't possibly have paid over the odds for him, because if they had exceeded their club transfer record, then they would have announced it and it would be on the website and all this. Well, there were a million reasons why a club wouldn't do that. And it's particularly at this time at this point in the transfer window. And so Mansfield had offered, was it 300?
No, 500.
500. Oh no, their transfer record was 300.
550 we offered with a lot of add-ons, a lot of. I think we had a sell-on clause. I don't think there were a buyback, but there were a sell-on and an add-on, and a lot of add-ons.
Yeah. So it wasn't like he has gone to Wrexham for 300 or less than 300, but they will not get it into their heads. And so Harry has taken on the mantle from Liam, who also kind of just caused havoc, particularly at the end of the season with Wrexham fans. And we've now apparently been boycotted, which, do you know what?
We haven't.
I'm all for. It'll just be so much more
got
peaceful.
A live update, approximately 2 minutes before we came live on here. Wrexham had signed 2 very, very good players. Which, what I like to do on Twitter is put my reaction on the League One Look account. I put a very nice response to it saying Seb Raven on a permanent signing is quality, and to have Callum Burton as a backup keeper in this division is quality. great bit business from Wrexham on top of what they've done already. It's got 47 likes, 5 reposts, and 1 quote. So, you know, I've actually been nice to Wrexham. Yes, I cannot stand them.
Well done, personal growth.
Yeah,
Yeah. Me drinking water, Harry being nice to Wrexham. We're all growing here.
We're all on water.
All right, don't steal my thunder.
You know, I am in a. I'm in a good. You know what? I'm in a bit of like a. I can't be bothered to argue with anyone, so I'm just gonna be nice. And to be fair to Wrexham, they have done some good business. You know, Lewis Brunt's so good. I'm just gonna cry again. Cheers, Wrexham.
George Dobson, they signed at the weekend as well, didn't they?
George Dobson, one of the best midfielders in the league, and then they've got Seb Raven, who were really good. Rotherham had a really shocking team last season in Championship. They got relegated. They were shocking. In fact, I remember watching one of the last few games because I had a bet on it. So I had it on iFollow that I totally paid for, and you know, weren't watching off the dodgy box.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So paid me £10, paid my way, and he's actually one of the only players where I kind of went, yeah, he's actually good. Like, he's actually a good left back. So, you know, they've done some good business, and you know, it's going to hurt because they're probably going to finish above Mansfield, and Lewis Brunt's going to laugh it up. I really do not like James McLean after his post what he put on of him wearing his Spanish shirt yesterday. So, you know,
the other consequence, unintended consequence of Wrexham's actions, and I'm talking about Wrexham kind of holistically now, is that Leyton Orient have gone, like lots of clubs have, for this tiered pricing system, and they've got category games.
Haven't they?
So Leyton Orient have got AA, A, and B. We are B, so 23 quid for us to go. I think it was a £5 last time we went, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. It was a special offer. Wrexham are category AA, and £32 for Wrexham fans to go and watch their team play away at Leyton Orient. And they're one of only 3. The other 2 were Birmingham and Charlton, I think.
Yes, it was.
So, but you know, they can't take, because they're saying, oh, we should do that reciprocal pricing that Leeds did. But you can't take the benefits that come with the increased profile and then whinge about the downside of it.
Yeah, you know, they all talk up about the Disney documentary, you know. So when you get found out in your big club, you know, you think you're biggest team on planet, and you get told you're having to pay an extra price, don't come moaning to us. No, in all fairness, all football tickets should be £20 plus at this, £20 max at this level, and that's just facts. You know, I mean, what did we pay for Crew last season?
27.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just madness.
Well, you didn't, because you're a young'un.
No, I did. I had to pay £27 on first game. They must have changed it for
Did
the playoff.
you?
Yeah.
The ticket I bought for you for the playoffs wasn't £27.
Yeah, but that is because, you know, we did get a 12 to like 15 one accidentally.
That's true.
So I'm walking in like a 15-year-old, like, bearing in mind I've got my car key
with your mum and dad.
Yeah, bearing in mind I've got my car key in my pocket. So even if they did question it and they find a car key in pocket, oh, you must be the only 15-year-old that's legally allowed to drive. Yeah.
No, it's not a car key. I'm just really into cocaine. Would be the answer to that. You mentioned good business, Harry, and all I've seen from League One Look has been you waxing lyrical about our transfer business. That's why we're all here. What's the outsiders' thought on the business County have done then?
Like very thought through. Like everyone that you've signed so far has been a replacement besides for the obvious one. I don't actually want to mention him name because it'll be all your comments. When's Louis Barry signing? He's the only one you've not replaced so far. Like,
everyone's got to drink now. You said Louis Barry.
Drink.
Yeah, I'll do it. Is that a rule?
Yeah.
Honestly, but no, like everyone's got a good replacement. You know, you've replaced Crowsdale. you know, with Callum Connolly, for instance. You know, everyone's got a good replacement for. In fact, you've not just got the replacement, you've got people who are like a level or two above that level of the player you're replacing, which is good. And, you know, you add into your squad depth as well. The age of your players you're signing are very good. And they are just quality signings. I'll get jealous in a minute because I'm not really pleased with ours so far, but you know,
it's mad. It's like all the side. I actually saw, and this will become a ongoing feature. The maddest message board post of the week. I think I'll get a jingle put together for that because
Oh my goodness.
I've seen one today. Someone saying, "Oh, we need a Paddy Madden replacement. Time's running out." Time is not running out. It is mid-July. We have 6 weeks of the window. We have 4 weeks till the season starts. We have 6 weeks left of the window. And then the same person suggested, "Oh, do you reckon they'll announce it? Do you reckon they'll announce the new signing at the fans forum?"
No.
At no point
Oh,
have we
yeah.
announced signings at a fans forum.
oh yeah, they're
No,
just going
that'd
to
be
bring out the new
mental.
signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
The other thing as well is that the loan market will kick in, but again, not until
Yeah.
early August because they've. Oh dear.
Bless you.
Thanks. They've gone. You know, the Premier League clubs have kind of started pre-season, but you know, not properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we won't see any movement there until, and that's, you know, that's been the club's position on he who must not be named.
Yeah, well, that's it. All these clubs of the Premier League clubs, they've had players at the Euros and at the Copa America, so they're using the youth players to fill out the squad for pre-season.
Yeah.
But that's what that Seb Raven, who Wrexham's just signed, with doing with Villa. He was training up until, I think it was Thursday or Friday. He was training up until.
Yeah.
And now,
Oh, so he's come from Villa, has he? You omitted that in your summary. Nick's just lumped forward like.
Yeah, Villa.
You had me at Villa.
Oh, Aston Villa. Oh,
So-
yeah.
Oh.
So
that's
Villa
where
are up for
Louis
selling
Barry's
players, are
from,
they?
yeah,
It's good to
by the
know.
way.
I know, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
must
I'm
admit, after everything we've said, like I was looking at, because Liam's been posted. I think it's Liam. It might be Carl. I think Carl went to Pinatar last year as well. They post like the back of the players going up the steps, and I fucking fell for it. I'm zooming in like, who's here? Is there anyone who looks suspiciously blonde in there that's not Will Collar?
Yeah. I'd just love it if we didn't sign a striker at all. I mean, that seems to be I constantly see people seem to have forgotten that. That's what I've enjoyed the most about the signings. Actually, is the fact that they're saying, "Well, that this signing suggests we'll be playing this system. This signing suggests that we'll be 4 at the back. This signing suggests we'll be 3." Well, no, we'll mix it up as the season goes on, as we have done anyway, and as we will continue to do. I think there's too much put on a system.
Yeah, I think I can see us with a packed midfield. That 3-5-2 that people have suggested makes sense, but with players that can move forward and back. So like Fevrier pushing forward, like Jack Diamond was up and down. Che Gardner was good again on Saturday. He's like, I like him. He's kind of tenacious in that. And that we saw that from a few players. I mean, Jack Diamond ran in from one wing pretty much to the other to go after a ball. And I think we've been missing that. You know, you lose a ball and it's like, oh, okay, like someone else will go and get it.
He's obviously going to have a point to prove, Diamond.
He does.
Sadly, all the stuff that's gone on with him.
Good chance to
so he's
restart
got
his
a point to
career.
prove.
This is.
And I think that's the type of player you need. And, you know, I actually hope, you know, unless it's against Mansfield for the 2 games we play, I'll get that one in there. I actually hope he has a really good season, has a really good bounce back after everything.
We've got you quite early, haven't we?
Yeah, I think I might be in Malta for that. We might.
You are away, I remember, because Harry really, really, really wants to go to Basque.
Yeah, I love Basque.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
I might go in a minute, to be honest. After now you've mentioned it.
But Yeah, so that's when our home game is, and our away game's like January, I think. It's that
January
weekend
4th.
that'll probably get cancelled because it's the FA Cup third round weekend
Are you
normally.
joking?
No,
I hope we both
so
get
it'll be a
knocked out first round.
Tuesday.
Let's just take the hit
No.
so I can go on a Saturday. Just get ready.
No,
Straight up.
we're due our big cup run where we get a big club. We're due one.
So we haven't had one for ages. We got
Yeah,
to
but-
like the round of
Harry,
16.
we lost to Aldershot.
We got to the round of 16 in the Carabao last season, and we played Sheffield Wednesday, which is quite good. But I was on holiday, so I missed that, of course. We then had Peterborough. We then had was it Peterborough? We had someone and then Peterborough. Oh no, it was Grimsby, Sheffield Wednesday, Peterborough. Then we played fucking Port Vale and got knocked out.
That's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
Absolutely horrible. Pretty much the only game they won all season.
And then this Carabao Cup draw, right? We were number 21. Guess who gets Leeds away? Number 20 fucking 2. Fantastic. You know, the one
You
everyone
might
wants.
need to put the big light on Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so now it's like a strobe.
Right.
I will do our normal like warning if you suffer from epilepsy or from
At this point, just listen on Spotify later if you
Strobing
have
light.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Any epileptics, please do get out now. Now I really do want to go to Basque. Actually,
And
now
you
I
actually
do.
do need your views. You need your views, so just put your screen on low and just listen.
Yeah, that's fair, isn't it? Yeah, just stick with us to the end. Well, talking of the end, we're nearly there. But Harry, who are your tips this season? Then who's going up, who's going down, and who's going to be the surprise package?
Right, going up, Birmingham. No introduction needed. You know, when you've got signed a player like Harvey May, he's got to do bits. Huddersfield, I think they'll bounce straight back up. I think they've done good business. And as a playoff winner, I mean, this one's a luxury, isn't it? You know, I'm going to go Charlton. I think Nathan Jones is a quality manager at this level. I mean, he did bits with Luton. Can't see why he can't do that again. We'll keep with the positives before we go with the relegated teams. Surprise package. I'm not just saying it because you're on here. I'm on here, sorry. Stockport.
I'll take that.
I thought you were going to go Burton.
No, I love Burton.
Oh,
I love Burton. They're like my second team. Besides Scunthorpe, I love Scunthorpe at the minute. Ever since the kit launch video, I mean, they're not League One or anything. Yeah. That were an unreal video. And relegated, I'm gonna fall for the same mistake again. Crawley, I'm putting percent in that bracket. Cambridge, Shrewsbury, and Exeter.
Oh, I think there'll be a lot of agreement there. I'm surprised Rotherham didn't get a mention there under Steve Evans. I fancy them to bounce straight back. I don't like him. No one likes him.
His name. I genuinely do not like him. There's a passionate hatred.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think anyone likes him, but he knows how to get out of leagues.
8 games off promotion, 3rd in table, games in hand on top of league, 8 games left, and he left us saying he was going to China to get some more money. Which we said, fair enough. You know, if you're going to get life-changing money at China, fairs, go for it. As anyone would. You know, football's a short career. No, he ends up at Peterborough the next day. Don't know what happened to his China move. Then we ended up with David Flitcroft. We bottled, never mind if we bottled promotion, we bottled getting into playoffs. So,
I mean, Peterborough is probably closer to China than Mansfield is, though, like geographically.
Yeah, but you know, it's what it is. It's what it is. He's ended up with about 4 different clubs since because the guy can't make his mind up where he wants to live or where he wants to be.
Well, same with his departure from Stevenage at the end of last season. Like, just so odd in terms of the timing and I just got no loyalty at all.
I genuinely hope for Rotherham because I do like some of the business they've done already. I hope he gets sacked by November, and I hope they have a good season from then. Like that's the thing.
Well, Rotherham, like before even the transfer window had opened, they went big early, and they did. Like Burton have now taken over. So both Rotherham, Who else was it at the beginning, Harry? There was someone else.
Burton, Rotherham, and I think it was us. Us three were the fast starters.
Yeah, Mansfield did, but but Burton have taken over and Rotherham have pretty much stopped. I think they signed someone maybe last week, but that was the first for a good few weeks.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, massive like signing spree. And there are lots of clubs in League One who have done very, very little. Bolton, Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury have about 13 players on the books at the minute.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Them and Crawley are going to put out a combined team.
Honestly, if you're a Crawley fan, you're kicking yourself right now. I don't care what anyone says. You get promoted. I mean,
we got away with it last season. The whole wholesale changes, but not again.
I can't believe I didn't get asked the underachiever comment. But if you were to ask me that, that'd been Wrexham.
See, that's an interesting one because people said the same thing last season as well, and they constantly get this thing, Wrexham, of well, their style of play won't work in this league, but it just keeps working.
It's
I don't
not
know.
their style of play. It's the fact they're relying on Paul Mullin, who's a good League Two National League striker, as we've seen, but he's never done it in League One. He's never scored goals. Whenever he's been in League One, he's always underperformed. And everyone's relying on him to do, the business. Where I don't think
big injury issues as well with him because he had an operation and he's out for a while. It's a bit of a
the other thing with Wrexham, I think, which will be different this season. Well, two things actually. Like last season, they easily had a League One budget and a League One squad, so their business so far has been relatively conservative. And I wonder if that's because they don't. The League One salaries are more on a level with League One as opposed to paying League One salaries to League Two players. So I think there's that. I also think they're less of they will be less of a big deal in League One. So, their away form was horrific last year, like one of the worst in the league. And my hypothesis was always that it was because it was everyone's cup final and, the home fans were selling out in a way that they wouldn't do normally. Salford was a really good example of that. Newport, there were like numerous ones where the home fan was sold, home crowd, home end was sold out, whereas it wouldn't do normally. And
it's a similar problem that we had in the National League North for a very long time. Everyone's cup final.
Yeah, so I think they won't. I don't think that'll be such a massive factor as it was last season.
Well, Mansfield got accused of our cup final being against you lot last season when we beat you away.
I can't remember that. I was in America. It didn't happen as far as I'm aware.
Apparently, we you were our cup.
But you won the league that day, Harry, didn't you?
That's
so
what I mean.
I
don't really care. I don't need reminding of failures and stuff after yesterday.
See, he's like the best Mansfield fan ever.
Yeah, he's coming on again.
Yeah, I'll be back at some point. I'll probably be a bit more livelier, one day when I get over this, probably when we play tomorrow. I mean, our first pre-season game's tomorrow, and we were all meant to go, all a bunch of our mates, and we've all just said no. We need a bit of time to get over what happened.
That's completely fair. Oh, right. We should wrap it up there anyway because it's gone 9 o'clock. So we will be back next week, and we'll have all the gossip from España.
Yes, and we can.
Spain. Why are you going there? I'd cancel my trip.
We went there last.
Spain again.
Oh, do you know what though? Because there were county fans who were already there. Like some went on Saturday, some Sunday. And like they were posting videos on various chats yesterday of like all the cars beeping going through like the town.
I don't promote violence, but I'd want to put one of their tyres down. like genuinely, I'm so bitter at the minute. I probably won't eat tapas or paella for about a decade.
Have a big plate. What is it with small plates of food? Just have a big plate with lots of food on. Bloody
The
small
thing is,
plate
we've got
wankers.
like an Italian/Spanish based tapas place about a 20-minute drive from me that we always go to, and I love it. But I won't go there for a while until football comes home. I won't go there.
You might be waiting a while. Get on Uber Eats. See what else is going on.
Stuff that I'll just order a Domino's.
Yeah. Right, Harry.
think...
Thank you so much for joining us, mate. It's been much appreciated, and we will be seeing you at least twice this season. And let's face it, we'll probably get each other in the cup now as well, won't we?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna have to listen to at least Hannah twice whenever we do a podcast, like laughing at me from when Stockport's beat us because their team's like absolutely amazing and ours at the minute still a bit rocky. We need a few more players in, so I'll wait till that happens. So I don't want a third one. So let's just skip the cups and we won't bother. We'll just have the two. I can tolerate two, but when it gets to three, I think I might end up in tears.
Apart from when you inevitably beat us again, because
Right.
we can't beat. Yeah.
You won the league, but we still got 6 points. You can have your trophy. We'll stick to our like ashtray plate thing that we got for coming third.
Yeah. Absolute madness. Cheers so much, Harry. It's been a pleasure, mate.
No worries.
Nice one. Let's say goodbye to everyone, shall we, Hannah?
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Well done. Very good. Bye. See you next week.
Signing, everyone. I'll let you have that.
Oh, it's
comments.
just been announced now. Get over to Twitter. Oh look. Oh,
I ain't got to deal with the comments you two do. So yes.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.